So we will start, Julia. Okay, so we have R.D. Sindhanathan here. We have our coordinator, Mohammad Ali is here. And maybe I can send you some photos and you can figure it out later. The thing is, we have Agnes here. She's from Africa Network, Publisher Network. And then we have our other publishers also here. We have Ms. Kavita. She's a publisher, Tamil publisher, and we have a lot more other people who are in the session. Okay, so for Julia, right, so to set the context, right? So, you know, the French publication has been started from early 1970s. Okay, so from the 1970s, we have started publishing French to Tamil works. Apart from the legal translations, all the other things from the Pondicherry. So later to that one. So in 1970, there was a legal translator. He's called Desigan Pillai. He started his first translation as a literature book. And then followed by Kriya. Kriya published a couple of books during 1990s, and then Kalachudu, and then Tadagam, and many more publishers coming into the line. Okay, so I with a rough count, right? So at least we have translated around 30 plus titles. I'm not sure. Maybe you know the number with you. The thing is, right, so thanks for you, and previously, right, so French Institute in Pondicherry was supporting us in translating the French works to us. Even now, right, so they are supporting us in many ways. Hope you know that one. Okay, so, and then, right, so in this publishing, in the translation and publishing, right, so French Institute in India is supporting a great through the PAB program and Roman Roland Book Prize, everything. So thanks for that one, right? So I will ask R.D. Sindhanathan to talk few words about this translation things, and then, right, so probably you can start with your presentation. Okay, fine. So you can start sharing and you can start the presentations, Julia.
Okay. Thank you so much, Amutara-san. Hello everyone, I'm sorry I can't see you, but I first wanted to thank the organizer for inviting me to be part of this roundtable. I'm very sorry I couldn't join you offline. I would have loved to, but unfortunately my schedule didn't allow me. So I'm happy to be with you online, and I hope you can hear me well. So, as Amutara-san was saying, my name is Julia, and I head the book office at the French Institute in India, based in Delhi. And I am going to present you in some detail the publication assistant programs that we've been running for many years, as I said in the introduction, and with which we hope to continue support many more publications. So I am going to start the PPT. You will tell me if it's working. Can you see it?
No. You need to share the screen.
An error has occurred. Okay, I'm going to try again. Sorry for that. Trying again. And if it's not working, I will just, present.
Yeah, we can able to see it.
Can you see?
Yes, we can see.
Okay, wonderful. I'm just going to make it full screen. Just give me 1 second. Yes. Can you see it?
Yeah, we can see it, but okay, we can go with this one. But it's not full.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's not in the slideshow view, but still
It's
we can
not in
able
the
to see. Yeah.
Wait, I'm trying something else.
No issues. We can go with this one. No issues.
Wait. Why is not? Just give me one more minute. No. Yeah. Here?
Yeah, it's working.
Okay. Sorry about that. So yeah, I'm going to quickly present you the publication assistance programs that we run at the French Institute. So the publication assistance programs are a financial support that we give to publishers to translate French titles into all the Indian languages. And we actually have two kinds of publication assistance programs. One, which is run directly by our main office in Paris and which support the right fees. And another, which is run locally here in our office in Delhi, which support the publication fees, which include the translation fees, but also any production costs, and so on. So those two publication assistance programs are made available in one single platform, online platform, on which the publishers can directly deposit their applications. So we've made this change 2 years ago to make it much easier for publishers willing to translate French titles to be able to submit their applications. So the calendar of the publication assistance program is quite simple. There are 2 sessions every year, one in September and one in March. And we request the publishers to send us the application about 1 to 2 months before, so that my colleague Sumit, who runs the publication assistance program, can, verify that all the documents are correct in order to submit it to our office in Paris. And something that we've introduced also in the past couple of years, and which requires a bit of time, is that we send the samples submitted along with the application for review by experts of each language, so that they can approve of the quality of the translation, which is something which is extremely important for us as a criteria for the project that we choose to support. So every publisher can submit up to 2 books or 1 series of books per session. And the results are usually announced 2 to 3 months after the submission dates. One thing which is important to keep in mind is that for the right fees support, it's important that the contract has been signed with the French publishers, but the right fees should not have been paid yet, because our office in Paris will pay the right fees directly to the French publisher. So that's a very important thing to keep in mind if you wish to apply for these publication assistance programs. The selection criteria. So to start with, the program supports every genre except academic, technical, and practical books. And it's important that the book should be originally published in French to be able to be eligible, for this program. One more important thing to keep in mind is that we encourage the publication of contemporary titles over classics, because this also enables us to support you in the promotion of the book once it's published, because we can bring the authors to India and organize a promotional tour at the occasion of the publication of the books. The 3 main criteria that we look at when we choose which application to select is first the French title, the original French title which have been chosen. If it has to be an established, reputed French books, and the topic of the book should also be something which we feel is important to be supporting. The second criteria is, as I was saying, the quality of the translation, which we assess based on the 10 pages sample that have to be submitted with the application. And the last criteria is about the Indian publisher itself and all the promotional program and action that you are planning to do to help the book reach to a large audience. And that's also something which has to be filled in the application. What all is planned around the promotion of the book once published. A few important obligations for publication under the Publication Assistance Program is the mention of the logo and the copyright and the support mention on the copyright page of the book. The fact that the book needs to be validated by our office before the final publication, that's also extremely important. And it's also important to keep in mind that we never fully fund a project. It's a support to help mostly with the translation costs, which are very important costs for publisher to bear, but we can never support the full publication. And the grant is given in 2 times. Half the subsidy is given at the time of the approval of the project, and the second half is given once the publication is done. You were asking about numbers at the beginning of the session. So we looked at our archives, and the Publication Assistance Program has supported the publication of 65 titles in Tamil since 2011. I don't have data for before that date, so probably it's even more than that. But that gives a rough number, because 2011 is when we started supporting more and more projects. And I'm very happy to share that Tamil is the language for which we have supported the maximum number of titles in India. So we're extremely happy about the dynamism of this market and the incredible work of translators from French to Tamil in this respect. In 2023, we supported 10 titles in fiction, social sciences, and comics. And in 2024, we supported 6 titles. So usually, the range of titles we publish every year within our budget is between 5 to 10 titles, can go up to 12 sometimes, but that's the rough number. And we've been working with many different publishers, some with whom we have worked for a very long time and have a very long relationship, and some new publishers which have started working with us in the recent years. On the screen, you will see some of the most recent publications that have been supported by the PAP program. You'll see 3 books, 2 fictions books, one by Annie Ernaux, the Nobel Prize winner, and the other by Hervé Letellier, who is a Goncourt Prize winner, and the last one being a comics. So all these books have been published in the past 1 year. And we're very happy about the beautiful covers and how well they've been produced. So you will be able, hopefully, to find them at the book fair. So this is roughly the presentation. Here is my email ID and the one of my colleague Sumit. You're most welcome to reach out to us if you wish to know more about the program, and you can also visit the website that I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, where all the information is available. So thank you so much, and I'm staying with you to answer any questions and give precisions if needed.
Thanks, Julia. Thanks for giving the numbers, because roughly I was telling you about some 30 plus, but it's more than 67, right? So we are so happy to do that once. So since we have Pondicherry is very closer to us, and we have a lot of influence over the French literature, that I think that made us to do a lot of cultural interchanges between us. Okay, so I would like to add Audis Indranathan to this discussion, so he can give more about the insights about this relationship.
Good morning. Thanks for this opportunity. I would like to say a few words about how Tamil Nadu is connected with France or French culture and history. that is setting a base for all the discussions we should definitely take forward. I'm not going to this book of histories. I'm just want to focus on few things. During the colonial era, lots of Tamils were migrated as laborers to islands in Indian Ocean like Mauritius, Seychelles, Reunion, probably in some other countries in Africa as well as in current Latin American area. So this has created a diaspora of Tamils living in French-speaking areas in different islands. This is one connect. Then in the early 20th centuries, when the modern political and cultural renaissance taking place in Tamil Nadu, Pondicherry, the originally a French colony, was one of the areas where the modern Tamil thinking has arisen. I could say that poet Bharatidasan, he embodies what's the best between Tamil and French. Through Bharatidasan and many other Tamil scholars from Pondicherry, they brought the message of liberty, equality and fraternity, the message of French Revolution, to Tamil psyche. So the modern Dravidian movement, you could see that almost all the writers of Dravidian movement wrote or translated from French, like Voltaire, Rousseau and all the great scholars. And even after that, in 1980s and 90s, modern works of Sartre, Baudelaire and others have been translated into Tamil. So the modern Tamil always has some kind of influence from French, which is part of the modern Tamil literature, politics and thinking. So now it will be a great opportunity through Chennai International Book Fair. In the last couple of years, we evolved a forum where Tamil can connect with the world. When you recall the motto, taking Tamil to the world and bringing world to the Tamils, it is not just a motto, it is not just a catchy phrase. It's meant a particular purpose of this event of CIBF. Whenever we work with the international partners from France or Spain or Arab countries or African countries or Japan, Malaysia, everything, we really want to reconnect our age-old relations with these countries for the last 2,000 years. So from France, what we really want to do? We want the contemporary, of course, we want the contemporary literature to be translated in Tamil. I am so happy to see that CIBF has given a momentum that now more than around 10 publishers in Tamil is now translating and publishing from France. That's really a very good news. I would say it's the success of CIBF also. And we have to keep the momentum and even enhance the momentum so that more contemporary literature from France and also from other Francophone countries must be translated in Tamil. And I specifically want to say this. I request the Tamils who settled in the Francophone countries, they also create literature. I know about some novelists and some writers in Mauritius, Reunion or Seychelles. Now they forgot Tamil. They are writing only in French. So those literatures should also be translated in Tamil. It's not just one way around. Second, I would like to emphasize the need that, like French literature in Tamil, Tamil literature should also be translated into French. I heard that. It's very happy to know that my good friend Perumal Murugan is now translated by Gallimard in French, and that's really good thing. So this is not one-way traffic. So French into Tamil and Tamil into French. So these are the two major opportunities we can think of now. But one major problem we are seeing, even we tried from our publishing company, we tried, but finding French to Tamil translators, the translators we directly translate from French to Tamil or Tamil to French, the number is very less. Though we had the Pondicherry adjacent to Tamil Nadu, The kind of language connect Pondicherry as with France in the past, probably the situation is different now. It's not so easy to find Tamils in Pondicherry who are very fluent in modern French so that they can become the translators. So it is very difficult to find French to Tamil translators. So probably through French Institute, Cibf and other institutes, relevant institutions, I think we can set up a translation training program. It may not give the result next year. Maybe 3 years or 4 years down the line, I think we can have at least 5-6 people who are translating directly from French to Tamil. And Tamil to French must be done by the French translators in France or Francophone countries, not from Tamil Nadu. But we can help them. So I have seen that such kind of activities will increase not just the supported programs of translations. It will increase the possibility of organic growth of translations. That is even more important. It shouldn't be always that grant-based translation program, which is good to start with, but eventually it will be the market-driven. So two publishers meet in somewhere else in the world, in any of the book fairs, maybe in Paris or in Frankfurt or in Chennai or in Delhi. They should be able to connect with each other and buy the rights and publish with the available translators. That translators' availability is extremely scarce today. So we also need to think in the longer term. So how the French institutes and Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry can come together and set up a new training programs, maybe fellowship programs or the residency programs for translators, which will eventually take into next level. And I emphasize the same thing with all the Francophone countries in Indian Ocean and Africa. The relation that we have is also as old as this maritime Silk Road in Indian Ocean. So we can also connect with those countries. So it can be a collective effort as well. Chennai can function as the nodal point for this. That's the motto of this phrase, taking Tamil to world and bringing world to Tamil. Thanks a lot for, this is my initial comments.
Thanks, Sendilnathan, for setting the very good political and social context. Thank you for that one. So, Julia, I think you have some answers for these workshops and other things. You are already doing that one. Maybe you can add that one.
Sure. Thank you so much for all these very good ideas, indeed, on how to strengthen our connection going both ways, which I think is something, as you said, very important. And I know that in the same way as we run the publication assistance program, the Tamil Nadu government is also offering French publishers support programs for them to translate Tamil books in French. So that we were extremely happy to know, and I think it's extremely important that the exchanges can go in both directions. About the scarcity of translators, you're right. There's not as many translators as there used to be in the past. And to try and improve the situation, the French Institute has launched 2 years ago a program called the Translators Factory, which is aimed at young amateur or even professional translators who want to improve their literary translation skills. So these programs are done online. They can accommodate up to 8 participants who work under the guidance of a mentor to work on the translation of a book from French to Tamil. And our experts and the person who manages those translators factory is actually with you during this book fair, because she was invited by the Chennai International Book Fair to be part of it. It's Leticia Ibanez, who is one of the most renowned translators from Tamil to French, and she's the person organizing those translators factory. So this is one of the initiatives that we have started in the hope of increasing, the the number of translators from our both languages. I also noted your very interesting point about trying to have a residency program for translators, and that Chennai could be one of the nodal points to organize that. That's really an idea that we would like to take forward. We also run a program at the French Institute, which is called the Villa Swagatam, which is made to increase the human exchanges between France and India. So far, we are welcoming Indian authors to France. Indian authors to France and French authors to India, in both ways. And at the moment, it's only for writers, but more and more we are thinking that it would be great to also add translators to the program, because translator really needs a time of immersion and quiet space to work on the book, and that is what a residency can provide. So now I'm giving back the idea to you of thinking what could be a great place and partner to organize that in Chennai. Because in order to make that possible, we need to find, a residency partner who can welcome those translators. We have identified few in France who do translators residency, and we need to identify the same in India. So, thank you so much again for these wonderful ideas, and I hope we can continue the discussion to make them come to life soon.
Yes, Julia, maybe we'll take up this word, like a residency program in Chennai or Tamil Nadu for the French thing, right? So we will take it forward and we will have a discussion with our director on that one. Definitely we will get back to you on that one. And I know, you know that my request to you, that's an old request, right? So we are translating French work to Tamil. So we want some sort of budget or some sort of way to send the books to some of the libraries in France. So we have already discussed about that one. So, but still, it's not figured out. So I request in this event as well. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So,
and we will take that forward as well.
Sure. Okay, so maybe we can continue the session with Francophone on that one. So Ignis, right? So Ignis. So would you like to add? You will be having the similar kind of thing in the Francophone countries for the Tamil to Francophone thing, right? So probably you can. I will give this one. You can add some point on.
Okay, my name is Agnès de Biage. I'm French, but forget a little bit I'm French. I've been living 23 years in Egypt, and my environment, my family environment is Africa. I started working with African publishers, and I know very well Francophone countries in Africa. And we initiated a relationship with Cibf last year when we met in Sharjah, because I do really believe that we can build a serious business relationship between Francophone Africa and India. Yesterday was the first day, okay, and Cibf invited 6 Francophone African publishers to attend the book fair. And we had a small meeting yesterday evening to debrief this first day. It was just completely encouraging. And I'm very happy they are here, because it's their business, it's not my business. I'm just a facilitator. But it's really very, very encouraging. Meaning yesterday, they almost signed 25 contracts, okay? Buying rights, much more than selling rights, but buying rights. From all these contracts, 3/4 are Tamil Nadu publishers. It means there is a real big potential, okay, for encouraging circulation of this Tamil Nadu literature to these African countries. The focus will be, for the beginning, on children's books. And in our discussions with CIBF, I targeted children's book publishers because I know it's the easiest way to start to build this relationship. And they were just amazed, and I'm happy they are here because they can speak about this. They are just completely amazed by the organization, how it's facilitating, how Indians are proactive to start building and proposing catalog, okay? And this is very, very encouraging. For example, yesterday, I was on the booth of Tamil Nadu government, and I chose one of the books that, in my opinion, could match with African countries. I started to propose this book to the publisher. Just give me an idea. Do you like it? Would you be interested in it? And 6 or 7 publishers are ready to publish in their national languages, which is very interesting. Okay? What do you have in common? You want to develop business, okay? You are offering great books. I will focus on children's books, okay? And they are in need of books. They are in need of books that can bring something else also to the children in their own countries, okay? And in my opinion, there are really good things that can be developed between countries. This year we started, it's the first collaboration I have with CIBF. I also facilitated participation of 25 publishers in Sharjah this year. For this first year, we targeted 6 countries, okay? There is a real trust between you and me in terms of collaboration. I said I chose the publisher because I know who is proactive, I know who has the capacity of buying rights, I know who is really interested in developing business and not coming on a leisure travel, okay? And this is what I had in mind when I chose the publishers. Next year, we can double this number, and we can double the number of contracts because there is a need, okay? And this Francophone African network, I'm sorry, very little people know it, can identify in every country who is ready to work efficiently. So, in my opinion, there are great hopes of developing relationship between Francophone African countries and Tamil Nadu, India in general.
Okay. My name is Muhammad Ali, and I would like to request the French Embassy what kind of support you can extend to promoting African literature into India and subcontinental, and vice versa.
Could you repeat the question? If it's a question for me, right?
Yes.
Could you say it once again?
Je vais là juste la dire en français. L'idée c'est est-ce que l'Institut français peut aider à mieux promouvoir cette littérature africaine? To better promote African literature in India, in Tamil Nadu.
Which is published in French. Which is published in French.
Yes, absolutely. As a matter of fact, we support every literature which has been originally published in French, be it by a French writer or by any Francophone African writers, or from Lebanon or anywhere. It's like really, we support all these works, and we actually have a lot of application and requests from Indian publishers to publish African Francophone writers. The one who's publishing the most of them is Siegel Books in Kolkata, who is translating a lot of African writers into English. For Tamil, I don't have the list, I don't know, but we could definitely, provide more recommendation of African writers that could be translated into Tamil. There is also a lot of writers from other from French-speaking countries like Mauritius and Reunion Islands, and we do a lot in that respect. So that's completely part of our scope of action.
That's very good.
So Maurice Kande is a Francophone writer or Maurice Kande? Maurice Kande. So we have just completed the work and Tutuba and submitted for review. So Maurice Kande is a Francophone writer, or right? Am I right or wrong?
I'm sorry, your voice is not so clear.
Okay, so Maurice Kande. Maurice Kande.
Maurice Condé. Yeah, sorry.
So,
Yeah.
got it right. So she's a Francophone writer, or she's a...
Absolutely. And she's been, it's a good example. And Tadagam has been publishing her, or is in process of translating.
Yeah, one of her work we are doing is...
Absolutely.
Okay.
So she's absolutely a Francophone writer, and she's been published in India, and we're very happy about that.
Okay, so we have already started publishing the Francophone writers to Tamil. So we have already done that one. So they are supporting us from French to Tamil. Francophone writers, they are supporting us. They are already supporting. We have already done a project, and it's pending with review. So yeah, you can. There is no limit. So. No, Julia. What the question is, right? So do you have any budget for this Francophone writers translation from French to other languages? Are you particularly to Tamil? Do you have any specific budget?
Do we have a specific budget for it?
For Francophone writers?
No. We put all that under the same umbrella of Francophone literature. We say French publication program, but it's actually Francophone. That's a literature which is among the most vibrant, actually, in France. Like one of the most cutting-edge writing and interesting things come from French-speaking countries, Francophone countries. So we completely take that as part of our literature in all its diversity. So there is no specific funding, but we are very, very keen on supporting their reach, their diffusion in international countries.
May I have a question?
Yes, please.
Julia, I have a question. You can support, because the subject is about African literature now. You can support African writers published by French publishing companies. We agree with this, okay? When it's a French publishing company, you support. Will you support, okay, from any publisher from Africa, if the book is in French, will you support or will you not support? Because that's the heart of the question for African literature.
Right. So when it comes to session fees, since it's paid directly to the French publishers, that has to be through French publishers based in France. As far as the local support is concerned, there is no clear direction around that. So it could be possible, even though this normally is also a way to support French publishers. So that's something which is not very clear to me. I would need to check. Because I know the French Institute in Paris has also specific programs for African countries. So that's something we've never been, we've never received any application, which was the case. So I will need to check and come back to you on that.
Thank you. But in addition to the Institut Français program, there is the IOF, International Organization of Francophonie, which is supporting translation from and to French, whatever the initial language is. So there is this program too for Indian publishers that can support, for example, translation of African literature, okay, whatever the initial language is, to French and, okay, and from French to other languages.
So anybody else has any question?
I want to add something. This year we opened a new gate of collaboration, okay, between Francophone Africa and Tamil Nadu, okay? We just started with the basement, okay? Now we need to build. Step by step, we need to build. You don't know the African publishers. They don't know you, okay? It's just the beginning of a great collaboration, okay? Which is based on trust and building, developing, and making things together with, in my opinion, great possibilities of collaboration.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we just started. Okay, so fine. So if you don't have any question, probably we can wind up. Julia, you have any question, or do you want any add anything last? Julia? Yeah, network.
I don't have question, but I would love to be connected with the people on the panel, especially Agnès, also to see how we can collaborate more on that aspect. But that will be longer discussion, so we can probably do that offline.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for this connection. Yes.
I don't have any questions.
Julia, we hope to see you next year in Chennai. Huh?
Absolutely.
So welcome,
Yes,
Julia.
Me too. Me too, absolutely.
Yeah, the first invitation is to you for the next Chennai International Book Fair. Okay, so thanks everyone for joining this session. So we had a very good information from Julia and from Ignis on this French and Francophone projects and works. Okay, so Julia has given a very good statistics about the French to Tamil translation. So we are one among the leading publishers or the leading languages to convert the translate from French to Tamil. So with all those cultural backgrounds. So thanks for joining us, Julia. Thanks for giving this information and make this session wonderful. And thanks, Agnes, for being here. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.